Nabila of Multimedia. The media is heavily present here, and the public is now going through the file and pass. Some are surprised, and maybe until you file pass, you might not even realize how close it is to home. We've seen Jonas Amatefio is uncontrollable. He's been crying, and to think that some people say men don't cry, it's difficult. Abdul Hadiate is holding it in. He's just bucketing it in, and it's very difficult.
For Abdul Hadiate, I don't think this is the best time to break down, because he's been sort of a pillar to a lot that some of the footballers, and yes, there he is with his boys trying to force a smile out of them. It's difficult for a lot of the players that have worked closely with Christian Achicho Sam. It is still in dismay to a lot
allowed by the casket.
A lot that have worked closely with Christian Achicho. For them, this is a very difficult moment to say goodbye to someone you have eaten with, someone you have worked with, someone you have loved and smiled with in your worst moment. And so yes, Mr. Abdul Hadiate would have to man up today, hold his tears back to maybe when he get back home in his closet. But for now, he has that duty of holding former footballers he has nurtured, friends of Christian Achicho he has met, and make sure that they are composed, at least as they pay their last respect to their friend and brother. It's difficult as they continue to see friends and families filing past Christian Achicho. So we have been joined by the former vice president of the Ghana Football Association, George Free. It was under his era that Christian Achicho got his time with the Black Stars, what it means for him to be here to pay his last respect. The last time you at least see him, George, it's good to see you again. What does it mean to you as an individual?
Well, it's a sad day for me. We've been mourning since his passing. Some of us can't still believe that Christian is gone. But hey, God knows best. We all know that even though he lived a very short time on earth, he achieved a lot. And for me, I think that he has paid his dues. He has come to do what God brought him to do. And even though it's a short time, it's very significant. He has impacted a lot in the lives of a lot of people. That's the most important thing.
So for you, I don't know what you will take with you or what you will live with you, knowing that is the last time you see Christian Achicho. What comes to your mind immediately you hear the name Christian Achicho Sam?
Well, I can't even put my mind into one thing, because his infectious smile, the smile alone when he's in camp, when we are in camp, and you see him, once you see his face and you see the smile, then you can see Achicho. That's the only thing I can say for now.
You have worked with a lot of footballers. Christian Achicho, a lot have said, is unique in his own way. You working closely with him. What one thing would you say that if is something you want to tell his family about him that you would wish they will continue in his legacy?
Forecourt of the State House.
Well,
on TV,
if you know him, very respectful,
and burial service,
and I'm sure
Christian,
the world has said a lot about him, about his generosity, and I think that we must all learn, not only his family, but we must all learn to be generous. That's one thing I would say.
Thank you very much for your time, George. Okay, so just gone by was former Vice President of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. George Free. He's worked closely with him, and like he said, if there's one thing everybody has to go with from here today, it has to be his generosity and understanding of nature. We get to hear the MCs a little, and then we get back to talk to you about what is happening here at the forecourt of the State House.
All who have joined us, we encourage you to come pay your respects to our late father, brother, and friend. While we file past, I shall invite the Ghana Police Band to give us some music. Dearly beloved, from now to 9 o'clock, we shall take a few tributes. Friends, organizations, and various groupings who are desirous of reading their tributes, we invite you to please come forth from now till 8:45. You'll be given the chance to read your tributes. In the course of the service, we shall only take the biography and tributes from the widow, children, siblings, and the state. All other groupings will read their tributes from now till 8:45. Thank you.
GBC, I'm live.
You are dead.
GBC, I'm live. GBC, I'm live.
The people.
For the very last time, no photographs by the castings. No photographs, no videos by the castings. Thank you.
Oh, no, I'm live now. Gloria, can I signal these guys to move to the
Dearly beloved, we invite individuals and groups who are desirous of reading their tributes to please come forth. You'll be given the chance to do so from now till 8:45.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're still watching GTV Sports Blast, and that was the police band. And they will continue to give us solemn songs. If you're watching via viewers on your screen, his former club, Cheetah FC, in your shots to go as they go to sit down, and very, very solemn moments indeed here at the forecourt of the State House as Cheetah FC, that's them in your shot. The clergy is seated, and very, very soon the tributes will begin. The police band is still playing tunes. Yes, Jesus shall reign wherever the sun. It's a Methodist hymn book. His kingdom shall stretch. His kingdom stretch from shore to shore, till moon shall wax and set no more. And various groups and members of the public, members of the diplomatic corps has filed past. Some will continue to file past as the casket is still open for filing past. Just gone by Cheetah FC, Christian Atsu's former club, have just gone by. And yes, indeed, his former school are just coming in. Other 1 week we saw the cadet of his school, and this, I believe, will be some selected students from the school to attend the funeral. This is definitely his alma mater as they take their seat. And the place allocated to them at the funeral grounds. And yes, indeed, the loving shepherd of his sheep will
Dearly beloved, we are from now till 8:45 to receive tributes from groups and individuals who are desirous doing so. Please come over and we'll give you the chance to read your tributes.
on the podium or announce it.
By the help of Christian Atsu. Also, anytime he comes here, he sends the children to shop more at Kaswa, shop right at Kaswa, where he buys a lot of things for them like pizza, drinks, food, even bills of
Nyamin found see a jojo. I found to the kukumo. Adoya wayama for frontino. Nyamin found see a jojo. Oh, Nyamin found see a jojo. I found to the kukumo. Maya wayama for frontino. Nyamin found see a jojo. Nyamin found see a jojo. I found to the kukumo. My brow, my bro, Fontino. Yamin found see a jojo. Yamin found see a jojo. I'm out to the bantin on my eye. My brow. Wabusia panisa Jojo ata nyamin fa wonsi jojo o ma baby pantina mayen e ma bra wa wunu ma bro fontino nyamin fa wonsi jojo ata wonim obi de ye dodo adam forte ma bro hu forta benu no o nyamin fa wonsi jojo nyamin fa wonsi o found to the kukumu mayen ma bra wunu ma bro fontino when yamen fa wonsi jojo yamen fa wonsi jojo I found to the kukumu adoya wayama wabusientino yamen fa wonsi jojo iraju ajamfu asu amuambo oni nyo betima kanda wasio mabra wa hunu wanene mama bontino akase yamen fa wonsi jojo Eshapa wodi asha woni ne menti oni bibia wodi bada wasio na nakuyase nanti yo yamen fa wonsi jojo mami sa wasi nanti ye wate raha sidai yo onana no ma umoni ajuma wai yamen fa wonsi jojo ayonkofu onyina bo dimpao ti yamen fa wonsi jojo chifu si ani nyankopon kwa wate Nyamin fa wonsi jojo Nyamin fa wonsi jojo Nirem fi wudo found to the kukumu adoya wayama wabusientino Nyamin fa wonsi jojo Yankupa bonsu si ani nyankopon kwa On found see a man, Mr. Sarisi de yo, Yamen found see a Jojo, Saribedia, Consi, Yamena won't call what on found to the Kukuman, who's a watch is a day yo, Yamen found see a Jojo, Sipasi and Yanko Ponko, Aladin Tata de yo, Uniano Ninas in Yamenko, Yamen found see a Joe. Wafa si akuya jamfu ase ata baye bia manwo Jennifer si wa ma mo dada wate nyame mfa wonsi ajojo wo yiraju ama wonanti yo wase eni onyame nko nyame mfa wonsi ajojo ata onfa no kukumu o ata woni mobidie ye dodo adamfo ate ata woni wohia ni yamukomu o Nyame mfa wonsi ajojo wadwuma ya fuasi wa mawa mododo Nyame mfa wonsi amawo woni bibia wode bada wasio master nyame mfa wonsi ajo atabe nyame mfa wonsi ajojo afa onto ne kukumu wote abaya wa ya ma frontino nyame mfa wonsi ajojo eka wuti ama frontino onyame mfa wonsi ajojo ama yafu anya adwuma yo nyame mfa wonsi ajo wadwuma ya fuasi ya mawayiko nyame mfa wonsi ya mawo oyire na o meda wasio nyame mfa wonsi ajo wabusiafo nyina senanti yo onyame mfa wonsi ajojo Jennifer se wa fada yo nyame mfa wonsi ajo ekuya jamfu aside yo onyame mfa wonsi ajo oyira adwa jamfu aside yo onyame mfa wonsi ajo Lydia chi nyame mfa wonsi ajo iriya fiudo ofanto ne kokomu ataya wa ya ma wabusiantino nyame mfa wonsi ajo seniriya fiudo nyame mfa wonsi ajo omadi monti ofanto ne kokomu mabra wa huru mabra fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo obakai woda obakai ajo ofanto ne kokomu onene mabra wa huru mabra fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo Mr. Yimasu wa mawananti yo Osini nyame nkwo asarbedi akuside yo nyame mfa wonsi ajo oyonko pechi mfuse wa muamo edo awini natunanti wa mawamo onyame mfa wonsi ajo nyame mfa wonsi ajo gabi si yani nyanko ponko wate awani awaya mebusianti wakaze nyamini weni mabrebia nyame mfa wonsi ajo onya ona sikani ano kwanso hai emfa nkodru fi asomdwe mu mayai mabra wa hunu mabro fontino onyame mfa wonsi ajo atabe nyame mfa wonsi ajo yebekai woda afanto ne kokumu adaya wa ya ma wabusianti no nyame mfa wonsi ajo mame sawa nyame mfa wonsi ajo nisuku fisi tuafanto wa mamo mabra wa hunu mabro fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo rahel si papa ya mamuri ajumo yesuku shamuntino mabra wa hunu mabro fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo oyira adwa nyame mfa wonsi ajo mojo awara konventi o abaya wa ya mabinti nyame mfa wonsi ajo boni ajumo nyame mfa wonsi ajo ojuma ye nipe afanto ne kokumu kupa wa ni bibiaro fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo yabakai woda yabakai woda afanto ne kokumu yabakai wo mabra yabakai wo fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo nyame mfa wonsi ajo afanto ne kokumu adaya wa ya ma wabusiantino nyame mfa wonsi ajo nyame mfa wonsi ajo afanto ne kokumu mabra wa hunu mabra fontino nyame mfa wonsi ajo.
Your deeds precede you in this manner, then clearly this is a fulfilled life. we can say, right from his family house to the forecourt of the State House. It's been various outcries, various wailings, various crying, and all are for different reasons. For those that he picked up from the trenches like himself, from families that he always brought smiles from those that just watched Christian Atsu play and said, yes, I know him too. For those that will say that his kids call me auntie, his kids call me uncle, and all of that. So it's a lot of things and a lot of reasons why we are all mourning. And even us, it is that there's a man short of our footballing army. And so yes, we all have reasons why we are here to pay our last respect and tribute to Christian Atsu Sam, and it's just refreshing to see how people would want to take time off and come and do the needful, because after today, there's no way you meet him or you see our pictures and things that he has done, and people continuing with his legacy. We've seen dignitaries from the Turkish embassy. We have been told reps from Everton are all here. Clearly, there are some of the clubs are in town. We hear Newcastle delegation also in town. We are yet to see the Football Association's delegation, and we got wind that the president would definitely be here, and so his path has been cleared as well. And so it's just a solemn moment that we all have to swallow and then pay our last respect to Christian Atsu Sam. And for those that have been able to file past, it's a reminder of some grievous moments, because if he was under that earthquake that happened in Turkey on the 5th and 6th of February, the commentary after filing past is not the best, and maybe we'll get our turn to see what it really is that people are just unable to control themselves the minute they get to the casket. And so, yes, maybe you can see, or is it evident, the suffering he went through under the turmoil and all of that, to have been able to even be rescued after and all of that. But it is, I think I just saw President of the Football Association in our shot. So clearly it looks like the association's delegation is in. Maybe we'll get confirmation of that, but very soon we'll get to see. But yes, the military still doing their work, guarding it as much as they can. And our friends in the media also filing past. So however way you knew Christian Atsu, just take a moment if you can to just come here and then say thank you, show your last respect for God and for country. I think that his paid his dues, however little it is. This is how we can say he was supposed to be a part of our nation, our game, and everything. So it's hard to accept it, but it looks like we have to live with it by and by and delight ourselves and the many things that he was doing after his demise. But for this tragic incident, Christian would have lived in his quiet corner. The little few that knew him would have been ones to be evident to the many things that he was doing. And so his life clearly has preceded him, and so we will get to see. So we see some of the people around there, but the question is people waiting to see his widow as well. And so we are hoping to get a lot of people come here and also show their respect as they file past. But we are going to hear some tribute that are being or that are going to be pouring according to the MC. So very soon, that is the MCs from the military. They are going to meet the people that are going to read their various tributes from families, from former teams, from wives, from children, from friends. We've seen some already, but clearly we get to hear maybe his biography we have read, maybe something we do not know might come up. A lot is going to be said this morning, but like you rightly said, it's almost 3 hours already, but it feels like almost I also saw the communications director of the Football Association, Harry Asantichum. Yeah. They work hand in hand with the military and the family and with the government to a large extent, and I think that they've been able to put things in order up until this time. The Football Association accepts and that it is
Mr. Oscar.
down for. Yeah.
Number of prints, African prints, high number of high number of Oheneba, bean, utensils.
There's a guard. Yeah, a guard. Yeah.
The priest in all white. That could be him. So making your way to the funeral ground. Tradition. Guided. You're watching live scenes report of the State House. That is, if you just joined us, please join us on our social media handles and your messages.
Nyamin found see a jojo. I found to the kukumo. Adoya wayama for frontino. Nyamin found see a jojo. Oh, Nyamin found see a jojo. I found to the kukumo. Maya wayama for frontino. Nyamin found see a jojo. Nyamin found see a jojo. I found to the kukumo. My brow, my bro, Fontino. Nyamin found see a jojo. Nyamin found see a jojo. I'm out to be banting on my eye. My brow, my bro, Fontino. Nyamin found see a jojo. Ah. Abusia nyina ma onanti yo abusia panisa ni nyamenko uni aga bisu ma ode yo ah nyamenfa wonsi ejo edusase wuni nyankopon kwa wate o ma onanti yo nyamenfa wonsi ejo Ofa wonsi ejo ata nyamenfa wonsi ejo o ma baby pantina maye e ma bra wa wuru ma bro fontino nyamenfa wonsi ejo ata wonim obidiye ye dodo adam foate ma bro hu foata benu no ah onyamenfa wonsi ejo nyamenfa wonsi o ofa to ne kukumu maye ma bra wuru ma bro fontino onyamenfa wonsi ejo nyamenfa wonsi ejo found to the Kukumo, Adoya, Yama, Wabusientino, Yamenfa won't see a Jew. We are Dragon for us, Wamo, when you bet Macanda was yo, Mabra, who one and the Mamma Bontino, Cassa, Yamenfa won't see a Juju, and Shapa would the Asha one in the Menti, when the baby what the Bada was yo, Nanakuas and Antio, Yamenfa won't see a Juju, Mamma was in Auntie, what a Raya said, Onana no ma money a juma wai nyamemfa wonsi ajuju ayonko fuo nyina bo widim pao ti nyamemfa wonsi ajuju chifu si ani nyankopon kwa wate nyamemfa wonsi ajuju mirira mfi wudo afanto ne kokumo adoya wa yama wabusientino nyamemfa wonsi ajuju yankopa bonsu si ani nyankopon kwa on found see a man, Mr. Sarisi de yo, Yamen found see a Jojo, a Saribedia, Cosi Yamena won't call what on found to the Kukuman, Usu watches a day yo, Yamen found see a Jojo, Sipasi and Yanko Ponko, a large in Antatas a day yo, Uniano Nina Sini Yamenko, Yamen found see a Jojo. Wafa si akuya jamfu ase ata baye bia manwo Jennifer si wa ma mo dada wate nyame mfa wonsi ajuju wo yiraju ama wonanti yo ose eni onyame nko nyame mfa wonsi ajuju ata onfa ntunu kukumu o ata woni mo display don't rather forte ata woni mo hiani ya mukomu
showing respect to the ministry. We know that in our tradition when you bend over, it means you are showing some level of respect. In the manner in which they came, they have stood by the casket. The leader who is carrying them out to the in the middle is chanting, she's saying something, and everybody is watching on with everything they are carrying, and this does have a meaning. They are responding to her chants, and so tradition can never depart from us. As Africans, as Ghanaians, that's the one thing we do cherish, and so the tradition of the people of Addo on display here. This is the first time I'm really witnessing a funeral rites of anyone from that side, and so we're learning diverse traditions, different meanings. Why she would carry an earthen wearable with fire or smoke coming out of it to file past statue clearly has its own meaning. And I'm sure they are not doing this because it's just statue. It is something that is with them. And so family, nation, friends, and everybody do understand that it has to be done. A part of us that can never go away is our rich culture, and is on display even in this solemn moment. And so we get to witness it as we continue to pay our last respect to our brother, our friend, father to many, benefactor to a lot, a lead and a guide to many that are going through the system at TFC. So when he comes around, he still sits with them, makes them understand that I have gone through this process and I made it. And so if you also listen, you can equally go through. So he's been a light to a lot of people, but unfortunately, as God will have it, he wants his son with him after 31 years. We would have wished he would live maybe for another 31, for maybe, yes, we would have wished that maybe he could have clocked the 70 mark that Bible tells us that is blessing to live 70, but unfortunately, he who directs our paths and knows best wants his servant, wants his son now And the soothing thing is how he believed in God and tried to walk in his path and tried to do his best to appear as a good Christian. Well, what remains is what he does in secrecy, that is between he and his God, but at least we have seen that he believed that there is God. He never said there is no God. He believes there is God, and so he knows he's going to his maker. And so we continue.
Things to be done very well and right. He wanted things to be done. He wanted things speeded up.
Gloria, just gone past was our very own Kamnayaba, and the sigh on his face, that dismay on his face, that disbelief on his face, might be alluding to the fact that Christian Atsu remains is not something he would want to see. You can see that he's gutted, and he was in the company of Qatar, the Greater Accra football president.
It's one thing to talk about something, and it's another to witness it. When we sit in the studio, we talk about when we are with friends, they ask questions. Even kids were asking questions. Kids did not even understand why a good person should die at this age. Beholding it now.
We would like to respectfully invite representatives of each media house here to please join us here for a briefing session. Representatives of each media house here, join us here for a brief session. A representative each. Please join us here for a briefing session. Thank you.
He was so skillful. Some compared him to a very own Carl, the truth.
Major photographers, please join us here for a briefing session.
He was one of those that came closest to Abedipele's skill, and if Abedipele himself said Atsu was very, very skillful and, you know, was dazzled by his skill, then indeed we have lost a son indeed.
Atsu was really gifted. A lot of stories goes into the first time he got to play from Chisa. People really they didn't know him like that. I think it was the old players came down. He had all their friendlies at their class first,
and he played Monday Stars a lot.
So he got the opportunity to play with them. I think that was when the monitoring of Atsu started. And of course, but for injuries, Atsu's skills and talent was the one that he would always want to watch over and over and over and over and over again. And so unfortunately injuries hampered him, and some have said that to move to Chelsea really didn't allow for progression in his career, because it was around that time that there was a lot of players being shipped out of Chelsea to other, and then that was when the journeys began. Quite a journey, but that didn't take the talent away from him. So of course Christian Atsu's talent is not something that we cannot talk about. Very exceptional. If you are liking to Abedi, then clearly you should be a gem, because Abedipele is a class in his own stride. And so if he came close, then surely we are really going to miss a great talent of our time. And so we'll get to hear a lot more. The military also taking their moment. Some of them are taking their moment to also file past Christian Atsu. I thought I saw it all during the 1 week, but it's a different verve here at the forecourt. It's sad, Gloria, sad moment, and the looks on the face of family, friends, people that even wanted to just pass by tells it all. Like, we are really going to miss a great person, whether you knew him or not. The thing is, in this part of our world, it's very difficult to see a lot of these footballers give their all. It's very difficult to see it. Of course, I would want to splash it on their houses, their cars, their family, and all of that. But this is a person that extended it to people who not even sleep and wake up and have thoughts of him, to even know him. Extended to people outside the shores of Ghana. A Nigerian comedian saying after he lost his dad, he thought that was all, but actually just slid into his DM and said, I am going to take care of you to the end. He also took advantage and went to school up to the highest level he would want to. So this transcends beyond football. It's just a person that understood humanity. And so that is the reason why we are here. And a lot of people are talking about him, because typically of the footballers that we have known, they do help people. We are not saying they are mean or anything. They do help people, but this one is just one of a kind. It's just mind blowing, and so we are really dazzled with all that is happening. Here, reality is really hitting this morning. For a moment, sometimes you would want to pretend or sleep and wake up and want to hear something else. But the moment the casket was strobbed here, the Ghana flag taking off, and the minute they called for people to start filing past, you know that, yes, this is indeed the last moment we are all going to have with Christian Atsu, some far and near, family or not. This is a very difficult moment to comprehend. But we'll continue to console ourselves in the fact that this is a life worth emulating or well lived. And so we are all here to continue to pay our last respect to Christian Atsu.
Yes, indeed, you're still watching.
At 8 o'clock, we begin the first set of tributes.
All right. And so we continue with
the
our
Porting
coverage.
Ahmadiyya, please get yourselves ready. I shall invite you at 8 o'clock.
Final funeral rites of the late Christian Atsu. We are here at the forecourt of the State House. So we're going to have another group give us a song. We've seen the military band, we've seen the police band, and this is yet another group. And viewers on your screen, some army officers filing past. Filing past Christian Atsu.
Thank you. KT4, bring it down. Thank you. We shall receive more music in the course of the program from the anointed Sharas. And now, dearly beloved, I pray silence as we receive the first tributes for today from Atsu's alma mater, the Potting T.I. Ahmadiyya. All other groups and individuals desirous of reading their tributes, please join me here. We will give you the opportunity for you to do so.
In the name of Allah, most gracious, ever merciful. Tribute from Potting T.I. Ahmadiyya Senior High School. We are here with our headmistress, Hajia Zinab Adams, and some members of staff, students, old students, and executives of PA, that is Parent Association. The late Christian Atsu attended Potting T.I. Ahmadiyya Senior High School in Central Region of Ghana. He was admitted into the school with a 2007-2008 academic year group, and his registered number is 4542. The ardent quest of Potting T.I. Amas to win subsequent National Milo Soccer Championship then dominated the school after winning the 2006 National Milo Soccer Boys Championship held in Koforidua in the Eastern Region. Master Yao Frimpong, a key player of the winning team, recommended his colleague at Feyenoord Academy in Gomoafete. The player was included in the school team to fortify it and enhance their chance of conquering the national championship as representatives of Central Region. The special one was to be the dynamic Atsu Chwasam, popularly called Messi, because of his skills and dexterity on the ball. The school authority then triggered Atsu's admission into the school and its enduring soccer team. Mr. Moses Bamatu, the then senior coach and general supervisor of Feyenoord Academy, facilitated the scouts, and the darling Atsu continued to serve. He was in the technical department and a member of Wahab House. On the field of play, Atsu endeared all with his special skills and disciplined composure. He performed duty assigned, and amazing skills earned him a place in the team as the only Form 1 student for the 2008 National Milo Soccer Boys Championship. Atsu's talent and skills would show in totality as he developed. He won the Best Attacker Awards of the tournament for the Milo Soccer Championship held in Sunyani in the then Bronx Ahafo region. Obviously, the team won most of the inter-school soccer competitions at all levels. In most of these competitions, he won the pedigree of Atsu in soccer was predicted by coaches and even football fans throughout the country. Off the pitch, Atsu was shy-looking, though he was calm, respectful, an epitome of humility and discipline. In fact, he was exemplary to all, especially his teammates. This is what his then headmaster, Mr. Mohammed Akuno, underlined. No wonder his unique traits latently made him a public figure and legend in his chosen career. From Porting Oheneba Media Senior High School, the late Atsu proceeded to Portugal, where he joined FC Porto as his first club overseas. It is worthy to disclose that the late had Porting Oheneba Media at heart. Barely a week prior to exiting the stage, he had sent a voice message promising he would support a host of projects ongoing in the school if God permits. Painfully, however, the notable philanthropist and well of humanity could not survive his dream for his alma mater. Fare thee well, Christian. P. Amas will forever remember you and your sacrificial spirits. May the Almighty Allah grant you paradise. Deminifadri Chiasam. Salam alaikum.
We thank you, Porting Oheneba Media. We continue the service as we receive music from the anointed Sharats and invite all who have just joined us, who have not filed past yet, to please do so. This pre-burial service will come to a close at exactly 8:45 when the Chief Mourner, the President of our Republic, joins us. Akpanami. Yedamwase. Mebacho, Etefo, Yedamwase. We've just received the Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, Mr. Kofi Ejiri, together with the leadership of the Ghana Prison Service, who are here to commiserate with the family of the late Christian Atsu for his enormous contribution to the prison service by paying the fines for inmates and supporting developmental projects in some prisons. We say thank you for coming. And now let us receive the Honorable Kennedy Japon and his entourage as they also pay their respects. Ghana Police Band. Ghana Police Band, over to you. Members of the press, as agreed upon, please take notes of the arrangement and align accordingly. Thank you.
State House.